What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on this podcast. This guy Scat Attack, right? And he basically has come to the conclusion, which I think a few other people has come to, that the Lakers are going to have LeBron James come off the bench. Now, the first person that I heard say this was Paul Pierce. He said that the best thing for the Lakers is for the for LeBron James to come off the bench, because if you think about it, you have Luca out there starting, you have Reeves out there starting, then it should be Marcus Smart, Aiden, and Roy Hachimura, right? And so because you don't want to start LeBron, you don't want to have three people out there that don't play defense or that are not very good defenders, right? And so you have to have Marcus Smart out there because he's a really good, exceptional on-ball defender. So you got to have him out there for his hustle and his defense. But if you sit him down and you have LeBron James out there, then you sacrifice in defense, and then on the offensive end, you're not really getting a whole lot from LeBron. Not at this point. The last game he gave up he that 10 that scoring streak where he was scoring in double digits. That ended last game when he scored 8 points, right? And it's obvious on the offensive end that LeBron James has fell off of he just fell off the cliff all of a sudden, like he shot, I think, like 17 times and still only had 8 points. Like offensively, he just fell off the cliff. And so now the media is just trying to make it seem like LeBron James is, like he's going to be the facilitator, the point guard. It's not about scoring with him, which, like I said, LeBron James, man, and I agree with Paul Pierce. I said this, it would be best for LeBron James to come off the bench. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play the audio from the guy Scat, and I'm going to react to it. Because a lot of what he said about LeBron James, and he's going to speak to, like, it was, if you watch the game where LeBron James, he made that pass to Roy Hachimura. Roy Hachimura hits the 3-pointer in the corner to win the game. LeBron James just was celebrating, not even with his teammates. It was just like he was just trying to make it about him. And he didn't hit the shot, but he made the pass, and he wanted to make it seem like it was all about him. If JJ Redick wants to have any type of success, or he want to make it to the playoffs, He gonna have to have LeBron James go to the bench, because LeBron James is going to, as the season go on, and they go up against tougher and tougher competition, LeBron James is going to be a big time liability. So let me play the audio from Scat, and then I'm gonna come back and give my reaction.
Well, the LA Lakers survived the Toronto Raptors last night, 123-120. They got the win in spite of another game-destroying performance and effort by the King LeBron James. And in that game, as it pertains to LeBron, by the way, he snapped his all-important 1,297 game double-digit streak when he dropped a mere 8 points, but it wasn't for lack of trying, as LeBron jacked up 17 shots. That would be 4 of 17 to get those 8 points. And many LeBron jock sniffers and bootlickers would have you believe after the game that James sacrificed this streak to get his team the win because he made the game-winning assist to Rui Hachimura. Of course, we know the pass was made, as it typically always has been throughout LeBron's storied past of passing up big shots, because he's afraid to shoulder the responsibility of taking them and instead defers to other teammates to bail him out. None of that even factoring in that it was really Austin Reeves that set that play up, because he absorbed the hard double up at the top of the key. because he was absolutely filleting Toronto all night. So he made the swing pass over to get it to LeBron. The Lakers had a huge advantage because the two defenders were pinched on Reeves in the corner. LeBron shot it out to Rui Hachimura, who actually made the shot. But rather than celebrating Austin Reeves for setting the play up or Rui Hachimura for knocking the shot down, of course, most of the fodder after the game was just in celebrating LeBron James, and that was thoroughly unnecessary because LeBron was too busy celebrating himself as always. Yes, if a picture spoke 1,000 words, this picture really is a microcosm of LeBron James's entire career. Check this footage after Hachimura made the walk-off buzzer beater. He is celebrating at center court on the far side with the entire team, while LeBron is walking with his arms outstretched over his head on the complete other side of the court, celebrating himself.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Again,
LeBron James, man, I don't know, man. I just, like sometimes it just seems to me like LeBron James don't get it. You see a lot, like throughout the years, you see players hit big shots and the whole team rushed the guy who hit the big shot. You've seen it with Magic Johnson when he hit the game-winning shot, against the Boston Celtics. You've seen it with Robert Horry, but you never seen anything like what LeBron did. Like somebody hit the shot, he made the pass, but he walking down the court with his arms over his head, like Scat said, like he was the one who made that play, and he don't get it. He don't get it. Like everybody in the arena is really cheering for the guy Roy who hit the shot, but LeBron is just trying to do everything he can to steal the glory. I just never seen nobody act like this. So it's crazy. But let me get back to some more of what this guy
this picture really does just sum up this guy's entire career. But despite the great win for the Lakers on the road against a team that entered the night as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, it cannot mask the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers have a glaring LeBron James problem. And after the game, LeCap was LeCapping with a special message to all of the haters who have been critical of him throughout his career for making the right pass in crunch time.
Yeah, of course. Of course I remember. I remember everything that's been negatively said about me in my game throughout my career. And it was always, that aspect was always like one of the most foolish things I've ever heard, as far as making the right pass, making the right play. We are in the business of winning basketball games, and so, my whole life I've just played the game that way. I've taught the game that way, and I've won at every single level I've played at by playing the game that way. So there was no reason for me to ever change. Once I got to this level, it doesn't change. Basketball is basketball.
Yes. Now allow me to put on my special LeCap decoding ring and cut through this actual statement and tell you what he's really saying is that he was afraid and incapable of succeeding at a high level when he had to carry that responsibility on his own shoulders, like many other all-time greats have throughout NBA history. So he had to break the system, jump from team to team, amassing jacked super teams so he can front run his way to a couple cheap chintzy rings, or surround himself with players who were capable of making those shots. But sure, LeBron, it's all about winning. It's all about making the winning play. Who cares as long as you win? Sure. If that were true, though, then the obvious decision here for the Lakers moving forward is to bench LeBron James, because they are substantially and markedly worse, at least most importantly at the defensive side of the ball, with him on the court versus off of it. And the guy that he most seemingly is going to replace when both players are available in the starting lineup, from what we saw in the first month when he was out to now moving forward that he's back in the lineup, is Marcus Smart. And if you look at LeBron James's per 100 possession rate on the defensive side of the ball in all of the minutes that he's played this season since he's been back, the LA Lakers are 11.3 points per 100 worse defensively with LeBron James on the floor than they are without him. But when you look at Marcus Smart, he makes them even better than LeBron makes them bad. Marcus Smart on the floor this year defensively per 100 possessions makes the Lakers defense 13.9 points better. So nearly 14 points per 100 possessions better with Marcus Smart and over 11 points per 100 worse with LeBron James on the floor defense.
So, all right. So Marcus Smart definitely, he makes them better, right? And the fact that LeBron James can't score don't even offset, you know, the 11 points that he's given up. He's not even he's scoring. You know, his scoring has gone down. So, and his defense, like Scat says, defense is terrible. So, this is going to leave JJ Redick with a decision to make. And I think that if JJ Redick make the correct decision, the right decision, then LeBron James not going to be happy. LeBron gotta be, he gotta come off the bench. You can't have, that's like spotting your opponent 10, 11 points every game when you can really be up 13. You're going to give them 10 points or 11 points every game. And the Lakers can't afford to do that, you know, to put Luka behind the 8 ball like that, to put Reeves behind, Austin Reeves behind the 8 ball like that, you know, because then on top of that, like I said, Reeves and Luka are not really all that. They're not really great defenders. So you gotta put somebody out there that's going to defend. And offensively, right now, Marcus Smart is better than LeBron James. You know, he'll hit that. At least he'll hit that outside shot. You know, LeBron James he's shooting 17 times and only can come up with 8 points. That you know, that's not good for the team. Like if you do that against OKC, they can live with that. You know, they definitely can live with you shooting 17 times and coming up with 8 points. So, you know, I'm gonna end it right there. You know, you get the point. I'm looking forward to see what JJ Redick do when it's time to make, you know, when they got to play those tough teams, like they got to go up against Denver, OKC, and Houston, San Antonio, especially if the kid Wemby is back. You can't have LeBron James, you know, shooting 17 times and only making 4 points, man. Then on top of the other, then not even playing defense. So yeah, this JJ Redick is going to have a big decision to make real soon. It's an obvious decision, but I know he's probably loyal to LeBron James, but it's something he got to do. So we'll see. With that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.